I met her on Grafton Street.
Hey, it's me, and I'm back, and I got something to talk about. First of all, it's Friday, the 28th of February, 2020. It's early. It's 5 a.m. I just had to do something really quick before I head back home. But I want to talk about something really controversial in a way, and then it's fate versus destiny. So we kind of have to define fate, define destiny, kind of go at each other for a little bit, and see, whether it applies in our lives. I mean, it does for sure. There's stuff in our lives that is fate and destiny, but this one might focus a little bit on your life in general, and maybe some love life stuff. But yeah, fate and destiny, and what you're destined for and what was just meant to be. Okay, so defining destiny and fate, it sounds like something that's very similar, because they are interchangeable. But the difference is destiny is, something that is meant to happen in someone's life or in something. It's meant to happen. And fate is something that's out of our control. It's with a supernatural cause that creates that event or happening in our life. So I want to kind of bring this back into the realm of relationships and falling in love and that kind of stuff. Because the reason this came up is a friend of mine. We were talking last night about destiny, right? About in Tagalog is tadhana. So what are you destined for? Who are you destined for? And to me, it's a different kind of talk, because it brings me to the topic a little bit off topic, but of a soulmate, right? Because I learned that a soulmate is not necessarily a romantic partner. You could definitely connect with different people that don't necessarily have to be the one, and defining the one is how we kind of got to this topic, is because is the one determined by fate or by destiny? Is it something that we don't control, or is it something that we pursue, right? To me, that's an easy question, because I don't think we have no control. I definitely think we have a lot of control in our lives, and how we approach it is kind of the way we have to look at it. Because our steps in approaching these different topics is the difference between destiny and fate, and the difference between who's for you and what just happens. There's really a really fine line, but there is a line. So I was just listening to the last recording I just did, like with this topic. I mean, like 10 seconds ago, and I sound really sad. And there might be a reason for that, but this is not a topic to be sad about. I just want to kind of straighten that out. I'm in the airport, and I'm in the parking lot, and I always get confused. I remember one time I was with my friend, and we got stuck in this airport parking lot for a good 15 minutes. And I worked in the airport, so it was it should be something I know. But yeah, I sounded really sad, and I kind of want to steer away from that, because this topic is not sad at all. It's more so, I want it to be like forward thinking, forward looking forward to the future, right? So whatever destiny is to you, whether it's love or work or whatever destiny means to you, let it happen, right? Do whatever you have to do to succeed in whatever you're trying to accomplish. But the life has a pattern. It's not taking my ticket. Yeah, life has a pattern that it takes a stride, and that's kind of how we have to go with it. Because a lot of people say, we can't control this stuff. Things happen for a reason, and it's right. Things do happen for a reason. But which way do I go? But it doesn't mean that there's nothing we can do about it. There's always a positive aspect. There's always something we can do to make our lives and the destiny and have a positive impact in our life. Hey, so a really good friend of mine from Ottawa, he just showed me his Not a Podcast, his version of his Not a Podcast. And bro, it just made me appreciate what I'm doing here a little bit more. But his topic was really cool because it kind of matches with what I'm talking right now. And his topic was maturity. Maturity when it comes into looking at relationships and how he was acting, when he was looking at a girl and how he reacted. And maturity is really important when it comes to destiny, because maturity comes from within, right? And destiny is the same thing. It comes from within. So it's not something that pops out of nowhere. It has to come from within you, and it has to be genuine and really true to you. So it really has to build within yourself, right? And I want to kind of go with a story that's a good example with this. Because when I was, I think 20 years old, I met this girl, and I swear to you, instantly, I felt like I was a more mature human being. And I thank her for it, because it was her that created that maturity. Because I understood what it meant to kind of love someone for who they are, from the inside out. For what's really inside, that's what really matters the most. And I thank her for that, because that's how I learned that. So when I was 20 years old, I wasn't really looking into relationships. It just, she was there. For some reason, God put her in the same city as me, and we clicked really good. And from there, it took on to whatever stages that it did. But the relationship is not the story. It's more so the why she was there, right? Why her? Why that time? And because of that, I learned really quickly, and I grew really quickly, and I matured. So when my boy Yusuf was talking about maturity, it was really cool, because I thought this topic was kind of going to a dead end, because destiny and fate is la. It's it depends on how you look at it. But when maturity came into my head, I'm like, hey, this is actually what it's about. It's about growing as a human being. And what that means is really using your inner feelings and your inner personality to allow yourself to express, your affection or whatever, your love for someone else. this is gonna definitely end a lot shorter than I thought. That's simply because I wasn't spending a lot of time on the road. And like I said, I want to do these talks, in my car while I'm driving to these places and doing all these things that I'm doing, which is not a lot, but it's kind of a way. Because when I was younger, when I first started driving, whenever I had, some sleepless nights and whatever it was, I would always go for a drive, especially in the summertime. It'd be a great drive, just to kind of clear my mind and kind of think it out. But now I'm doing the same thing, but I'm speaking to a phone. So I am clearing my mind. I'm talking to you guys about, experiences that I've gone through and kind of what I learned, right? Because I want everyone to grow, spiritually, mentally, really grow. And with that, it takes a lot to say that right now, because I still think I'm growing, and we all are, right? Like, we're not gonna stop growing when it comes to developing our life and our lifestyle. So I'm pulling up to my house right now to kind of end this off before I go inside and talk. I want to talk about one last thing, and it's like a mini quote. It goes, maturity is man-made. So basically, the maturity, obviously we kind of steered away from that, Destiny, but it's still relatable, because maturity, man-made, basically saying that, it comes from yourself. No one else can make you more mature except for yourself. Growth is within, and maturity is man-made. So take that obviously with a grain of salt, and think about, everything that we've done and how we've grown in the past and how we're going to continue to grow. Because the future is bright, and the future is for us. It's definitely not against us. The future is for us. So we got to take all these steps that we have to do to take advantage of this future that we have, and the present. And what we're going to do now until whatever our goal is, we got to focus and put that work in and get to it. And when it comes to destiny and fate, I mean, it's all really within yourself, right? I mean, there's only so much we can do in terms of prepping ourselves for that person. But sometimes they just appear. Sometimes they're just there in front of you, and we got to take advantage of every time that they're just there. Sounds kind of cheesy, but we come across a lot of people in our lives, and sometimes they're the ones that have been in front of you the whole time, or sometimes they come from absolutely nowhere and surprise you. And that surprise is usually a good surprise. The only thing I have to say about it is we got to take advantage of all these opportunities, right? Whether it's professional or whether it's a love life opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. Don't let it hold you back. If you think it's a good shot, shoot your shot. Take that shot.